Welcome back to West Texas View.
Before the break, you had already met Dr. Dorothy Jackson and two of her students, but now you're going to meet a third student. Alejandra Baima is a second class student, and we are so pleased to have her because she has a more traditional dorm life. She started here, lives in the dormitory, and is really involved in a lot of activities on campus. So we're going to talk to her about, first of all, tell us a little bit about your background and why you chose to come to UTPB.
All right, well, I was born in Mexico, but I was raised in Giddings, Texas, and that's like 45 minutes east of Austin. And from there, I graduated high school. I started off my college years at Ranger College, and I got my associate's degrees of science and arts there. And I knew I wanted to go into the medical field. And once I transferred over here to UTPB, I kind of, you know, it was hard to get adjusted to. I was already adjusted to another college, so it was a pretty neat experience to know that there was loving people here as well. Aww. And they really did care. And I knew with UTPB, they started a new nursing program, and I was excited because I was like, do I want to jump into this? And once I got accepted, I knew this was the right thing for me, and it's been a very neat experience. And along with this, I've been able to juggle cross country, and I'm also involved in many activities, SAC, which is a Student Associate Committee, and CSA, which is a Catholic Student Organization. And apart from this, I like to get involved. I'm the representative for SAC, and for CSA, we have Mass on campus, so it's neat. And I know with nursing, I'm going to need a bunch of spiritual background, so I know it's going to be a great backbone to it. Yes.
Excellent. Well, one of the things you said is that you're a cross-country runner.
Yes.
Does that mean that you came to UTPB originally on a scholarship?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good.
So it's a neat experience. Wake up every day at 6 in the morning, and then from there I jump in the shower, get ready for nursing classes, and then on Mondays it's 8 from 6, and then whenever I don't have time to run in the morning, I make time in the evenings. So I like that our coach is able to adjust with the nursing program, so that's the best part of it. And
so so you've got a real full schedule.
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is such a tough, full load to take for nursing. I'm interested in the fact that you were raised in Giddings, came to Ranger, and then came on to UTPB, and a lot of people are attracted, and Dr. Jackson, you've probably heard this, are attracted to our program because we're part of the University of Texas system, and being a part of that has such a strong component with the University of Texas Health Science Center and presence all over the state, then this makes it even more attractive.
It is very attractive. A lot of people like to have that UT system brand on stamp on what they do, and we have a lot of support being part of the system. And we get a lot of support from the UT system nursing programs. It's a good collegial relationship for me, and in developing the program. So it's really a strong supportive system to be a part of.
And one of the things that we haven't really talked about much is that when the students graduate, and you really haven't graduated any students yet, but they will be then sending you students, and you'll be fanning out all over the nation with your.
We look forward to that. Yes, yes. They will probably be our best ambassadors and recruiters when they graduate.
Well, I want to ask you another question, because I asked the other two nurses, do you have a particular area that you want to specialize in, or an area of the country that you want to settle in?
I know I want to go into neonatal for intensive care unit for infants, and I've thought about staying here in Texas, but it'd be a neat experience if I were to go back to Mexico, maybe help out. It's a bit in the back of my mind, but it's not for sure.
But you've got the thing that I think people don't realize is that nursing is such a portable occupation. You can go anywhere in the world and you'll be welcomed.
If you have a good imagination, you can be any kind of nurse you want to be in almost any location.
And the other thing is that there is a growing need. It's not a diminishing need, but a growing need. And it doesn't matter how much technology we get, we still need that hands-on touch and care. And I really appreciated what one of the other students said was that the after the simulation, and you really got to understand what it was to touch and care for patients. And so how did you do in the simulation, and then have you gone into any of the hospital rotations yet?
Not yet. I think that'll be to the end of the semester, and so far right now we are just doing like hand sanitizing, sterile gloving, bed making, like the little things we need to know so it could help for the long run.
But you wanted a BSN right off
Yes.
the bat. You didn't want to just go and get an LVN or an RN.
No, ma'am. I know that with a BSN, you could further your education and become a nurse practitioner or be specialized in a certain area. So I know it's a great opportunity, and it opens up many doors.
And one of the things we haven't talked about is the salaries are tremendously good in the nursing field.
They are very nice, very nice. I think the president researched this and found that an average salary may be $72,000 in many parts of the country and in Texas starting out. So if they can imagine it, it can happen. They can work almost anywhere. We're trying to instill in the students a sense of caring so they can connect with the patient, scholarships so that they can continue their education after they're finished, and imagination so that they will be able to solve problems, figure things out, and help the patient be as comfortable as they can and have a good journey to wellness.
And one of the things that really impressed me was when you were talking about how important it was to instill responsibility and ethics into your students. And when we hear of things that happen with nurses who have gone astray and actually harmed patients, then to know that that is a real important part of your teaching.
Yes,
great.
it is. We teach ethics, and that goes right along with research, and ethics is a part of every course that we teach, and we teach them and we model for them that caring relationship that they should have with their patients.
We're going to have to conclude this program today, but I want to really emphasize to you that we want you to contact Dr. Jackson if you've got any questions about the nursing program, maybe something in the future like the possibility of nurse practitioners and other forms of training that they may do in the nursing department, because this is a tremendous profession, whether you are just coming out of high school or whether you're going to change careers at a later date. We will be back next Sunday with another program, and it will also be about another department within UTPB. So join us then. And again, thank you, Dr. Jackson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Baena, for coming. We really, really appreciate your perspective as a student. We'll see you next week with another program.
Thanks for joining us for News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery. This has been a public affairs presentation of KWAB TV and KWES TV.